It's time to revisit the clashes that pushed the limits, the fights that should have been stopped. From jaw-dropping knockouts to grueling battles that went way beyond their limits, we're here to examine the moments that made us question how far is too far. Anderson Silva versus Michael Bisping. In the rugged landscape of refereeing, where split-second decisions shape the fate of fighters, we find ourselves delving into another bout from 2016 that bears the weight of controversy. Anderson Silva versus Michael Bisping. As the fight unfolded, it quickly became apparent that the referee, Herb Dean, would be at the storm's center. A pivotal moment arrived when Bisping lost his mouthguard, which traditionally prompts a halt in action. Yet in a puzzling twist, Dean let the match proceed. Amid the chaos, Bisping appealed to Dean for a stoppage. However, fate had a different plan in store. In a flash of brilliance, Silva seized the opportunity and unleashed a flying knee, crashing into Bisping's defenseless face. The impact was severe, sending Bisping sprawling to the canvas, while Silva reveled in the belief that victory was his. But here's where the tale takes another twist. Dean, in a perplexing turn of events, failed to bring the contest to an end, leaving both fighters bewildered and shocked. While Silva celebrated prematurely, Bisping, a warrior with a relentless spirit, mustered the strength to carry on. Bisping emerged with a contentious decision victory in the end. Chris Weidman versus Luke Rockhold. In the history of middleweight clashes, a 2015 showdown had fans brimming with excitement. Chris Weidman and Luke Rockhold, two elite fighters, stepped into the octagon for what promised to be an epic battle. Little did we know that a fateful turn would leave us questioning the limits of resilience and responsibility. Rockhold seized an opportunity to take Weidman down as the fight progressed, bringing him to the ground towards the end of the third round. 75 strikes rained down upon Weidman's face, carving deep open gashes and turning his once determined expression into a mask of crimson. The sight of Weidman, bloodied and unable to stand tall, should have raised alarm bells. As the fourth round commenced, the ground and pound assault resumed, prompting referee Herb Dean to intervene swiftly. Max Holloway versus Calvin Kattar. In a monumental clash that shook the MMA world, reclaim his throne and silence the naysayers who doubted his abilities. With a point to prove, the Hawaiian warrior stepped into the arena at Fight Island, masterful striking prowess from the first bell, leaving Kattar in the face of an onslaught. The sheer volume of blows delivered by Holloway was nothing short of intimidating. A staggering 445 strikes landed, creating a massive 312 strike differential that echoed throughout the octagon. Kattar, battered and bloody, demonstrated an unrivaled heart and assault. But with each passing round, it became evident that the amount of damage he had absorbed was reaching critical levels. Ultimately, Holloway emerged victorious via unanimous decision, though the resounding sentiment among fans and analysts is that the fight should have been halted much earlier. Charlie Ward versus João Carvalho. The stage was set for an ill-fated clash between João Carvalho and Charlie Ward on April 9th. As the fight unfolded, Carvalho found himself trapped in a nightmarish situation. Blow after punishing blow rained upon him, leaving him unconscious and defenseless. Carvalho, his life hanging by a thread, was swiftly rushed to the emergency room. However, the cruel hands of fate had already sealed his tragic destiny. 2 days later, he succumbed to the devastating head trauma, becoming the 5th MMA fighter since 2007 to tragically lose their life within the unforgiving confines of the ring. The blame game began in the aftermath, with Ward's father and Conor McGregor, the reigning titan of the MMA world, pointing fingers at the referee for failing to intervene earlier. Glover Teixeira versus Anthony Smith. Next is another referee mishap that unfolded when Glover Teixeira stepped into the ring against Anthony Smith, As the fight entered the third round, Teixeira delivered a devastating blow that sent Smith face first into the canvas. It was a knockdown that would have made even the toughest cringe, yet Lionheart refused to surrender. Throughout the round, there were numerous instances where referee Jason Herzog could have intervened, but for reasons unknown, he let the battle continue. Even when Smith revealed that his teeth were falling out, his corner seemed oblivious to the severity of the situation. By the time the fifth round arrived, Smith had failed to land a single strike. It was a one-sided struggle that should have raised alarms. Finally, mercifully, a minute into the round, the fight ended. Amanda Nunes versus Raquel Pennington. In the realm of female mixed martial arts, there is a name that reigns supreme: Amanda Nunes, the undisputed champion. One clash that would forever be remembered is the one she faced against Raquel Pennington. As the fight commenced, Nunes wasted no time asserting her dominance, unleashing a mesmerizing display of striking prowess upon Pennington. Blow after blow, she showcased her skill and tenacity, leaving her opponent reeling. After the fourth round concluded, Rocky Pennington voiced out to her side that she was done. They didn't listen and convinced her to continue to fight. As the fifth round unfolded, a relentless onslaught of strikes crashed upon Pennington like waves crashing upon the shore. Finally, the referee stepped in, halting the match once and for all. Matt Brown versus Pete Sell. In mixed martial arts, fighters are known for their unwavering determination and unyielding spirit. But sometimes, even amidst the chaos of the octagon, a glimmer of compassion and concern emerges. Enter Matt Brown, a warrior with a heart as big as his fists. In a clash against the relentless Pete Sell, Brown found himself in an unexpected position, playing the dual role of fighter and referee. Brown unleashed a barrage of strikes, sending Sell crashing to the ground. The referee, Yves Levine, sprang into action, racing toward the fallen fighter, his outstretched hand ready to halt the onslaught. But in a sudden twist of fate, Levine hesitated, his decision wavering like a punch-drunk fighter. Matt Brown knew that Sell had endured enough punishment and had no desire to inflict further harm. He pleaded for the fight to be stopped. Finally, after what seemed like forever, the referee heeded Brown's plea. The fight was stopped and a wave of relief washed over the octagon. Chad George versus Mark Vorges. In the electrifying arena of Bellator 136, Chad George etched his name in the annals of victory with a momentous triumph over Mark Vorges. As the bout unfolded, Chad found himself locked in a battle of wills, grappling against Mark's tenacious guillotine choke. Undeterred by the threat, Chad maneuvered to side control like a cunning predator stalking its prey. But here's where the magic happened. In a display of grappling wizardry, Chad tapped into the secrets of the Von Flue choke, a submission move that strikes like a hidden viper lurking to counter an overly prolonged submission attempt. Vorges simply had no choice but to pass out. Aware of his opponent's plight, Chad turned to the referee, proclaiming that his opponent was out. The referee didn't think so, though, prompting a quick argument. Thankfully, Chad never listened to the referee and refused to throw more strikes at Vorges, who remained unconscious. Eventually, the fight was soon stopped as the ref finally realized the gravity of the situation. That's all for today's episode, folks. If you enjoyed watching, leave a like and share it with your friends. You can also comment and let us know what you'd like to see from this channel in the future. Also, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. You'll want to check out our other videos. Stay tuned for more awesomeness. Thanks for watching.